like this. I mean, for Houston to come in over the Saints like this is nuts.
Oh,
How you doing?
Cade,
Hey,
what's
Hey.
going on?
Just watching this thrilling Texans Saints game right now.
That's what Alex and I are just talking about. Like, man, I've got Drew Brees as my number one quarterback in my main league, and doesn't look like he's doing squat right now. I mean, has he at least thrown well, or is it just all defense?
It's no, their line is awful. He's been running for his life a good chunk of the game. And they got no run game right now either. So
How does Michael Thomas already have 10 points and Drew Brees has 3?
Yeah.
How's that happen? Oh, wait, are they taking off that last catch? Oh, no, it's 1st and 10. Oh, Jesus.
this is just bad. It's just bad.
So maybe we'll cover the last 24 seconds of this and then kick it into high gear for the during halftime. Yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
This will be cool because I've actually. So you guys have heard our podcast before. Alex, you're a big fan of the show as well. We appreciate you, and this will be fun to do together. But we've actually never done anything where we're like live commentating on stuff while we're bringing up to date. You know what I mean? Like we've never done that live before. So this will be fun.
This is going to be enjoyable.
And Alex, Cade, Alex. I don't know if you guys know each other.
Hey, what's going on?
How you doing?
What are they doing? Oh, 10-second runoff?
Yeah.
What?
You guys have to tell me my stuff's delayed by like a couple seconds. All I got is the online online coverage.
Me too.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so if we all go like woo and then like delayed reaction, woo, we'll know what's up. It looks like New Orleans fans are not happy right now. So what they did a review and then a penalty? Oh. Because he never got out of bounds?
Pass incomplete.
No, they gave him first down. They said it was completion. 16 seconds remain. Come on, Breeze. Give me some points. Oh, tipped at the line. It's still – oh, he dropped it. That was probably smart, though, because he had to run up. It's probably smart that he didn't catch that. You know what I mean? Oh, where'd Cade go?
Oh, I don't know.
Where'd he go? He'll come back.
Disappeared.
Cade, come back.
God, what is going on with this stream? It is not working for me.
Can you see me? Or are you talking about the game?
I mean the game, yeah, the game stream.
I'm on livestreams.net.
Oh, let me try that.
But there's tricks to it. Like you've got so if you go to livestreams.net, click NFL football.
It wants me to buy the webpage.
No. To bypass that. Click on NFL football. Streams with a Z.
Oh.
Sorry. So they're going for 3. He's going to shank it. Oh, Cade said he'll be back in a second. His tablet felt like it was a great time to start updating. Oh, he missed it. No, he made it. No, he missed it. No, he missed it. I told you he was going to miss it.
All right, I think I got. Come on. Wants me to create an account.
So live streams with a Z.net.
Yeah, it gave me the link to start the game, but then it wants me to do an account.
Nope, I got you. Hold on. Because I've been using this all week. I'm gonna send you an email.
Okay.
Let's see. Was it Leaf?
It's not the world's longest email address.
Right. All the periods. Okay. So if you click that, it should bypass that. And then if it still doesn't, like I had to click create a link a couple of times and then I just close out the page if I remember correctly. And then now it just automatically brings me in. Because I watch this on my phone and all that stuff.
Oh yeah, there we go.
Yeah. So then,
Move that
so wait.
screen.
There's two like YouTube looking things. Okay. So you want to go to the bottom section where it says like link 1, link 2, link 3. Click one of those. If it doesn't start right away, you may click the screen. It'll open up a new tab. Close that tab. Click the screen again. It'll open a new tab. Close the tab again. Then it should work. So you can adjust the size. But I usually get pretty good take on it.
Yeah, let me see here.
Let me see how.
No, I'm not downloading crap. Come on. Yeah, it's taking me back to the create account thing.
Oh, that stinks. Like, try clicking create a link. Because I didn't create an account.
I'm looking. Got it.
Got it?
Oh, it's still bringing me to the account page.
That stinks.
That's good. I got throwaway emails I can throw at it.
Okay. Yeah, throw some throwaway emails in there. We know what we're doing.
All right. Nope, that's not going to work. Test me for credit cards.
No,
Those are
don't
one
do
thing I
that.
don't have fake.
Yeah, I don't know, man. It worked for me. It did do that, and I bypassed it somehow. I just kept going, and I bypassed it. So
Yeah, I'm going to keep trying.
what was that other website you were using?
Just the NFL website. It was just giving me the like whenever the play would end, it would give me a graphic instead of like a live video.
Do you do you have a cable provider like Spectrum or whatever?
No, I tried that. My buddy was giving me his login information, but I
Yeah.
don't have a Spectrum network.
Gotcha.
So it was like, oh yeah, you can't work. It's not going to work unless you're on a Spectrum network.
You may
It's
be
like,
able to do it through ESPN.com though,
oh, there we go.
if you still have his login. Oh, okay. Device is not connected. Gator is back. Hey,
There you are.
this is why we keep our shit updated. No.
Yeah. I said I dug it up, man. I'm sorry. I dug it up.
It was under all the laundry and
Yeah.
all the
laundry,
fantasy draft books.
My pig's toys, things like that. Yeah. That's what happened.
All right. Well, let's give Alex just another second to pull this game up. One more attempt.
Yes.
And then we'll kick this thing off. We're already live streaming on YouTube, so all of this has been recorded, but that's okay. We'll chop it up for the podcast. So, because the way that this works is it broadcasts to YouTube, and then Donnie takes the audio, downloads it, cuts it up, edits it, and posts it from there. So,
Nice.
Cool.
a little bit of ice.
I just heads up. If you see me randomly looking down and talking to someone, it's my pig.
Yep.
So just heads up. I'm not crazy.
Nope, not going to judge.
Hey, yeah,
okay.
Whatever works for you.
Is it working for you, Alex?
No, not yet. His credentials didn't work.
That stinks. Well, it's halftime anyway, so
yeah,
you work on that, and we'll go ahead and kick this off. Everybody's got their beers.
Yeah.
All right.
There we go.
So have either of you ever done a podcast before, or something like this, where we're just gonna basically talk about the shit that we know from fantasy football?
No, first time for me.
It's just a lot of fun. It's no different. It should be no different than us sitting at a table at a bar.
Cool.
All right. We're just going to have an ebb and flow, and then, we'll come up with different topics, different things. I want to try to recap the scores of yesterday's game. I want to try to capture the injury lists and things like that. Some of the big, flops, some of the tops, all that stuff. So mostly you guys are going to be good for that insight because what is that? What is that?
But
is that your ESPN?
Probably. Let me turn it down.
Is that your scrambled porn on the background there, Cade?
Yeah. You can sometimes make out a nipple.
Those were the days.
Oh! We just did that at the same time.
Go to bed, dude. Kill me.
All right, there we go. I think I found a stream on YouTube. I had to switch over to my tablet because running YouTube and then doing this on the PC was too much.
More power.
All right. It might work, it might not. It's on break right now, so. So where do we want to start?
Let's see here. Why is this breaking it down like this? I don't want that.
I'm kind of glad I muted this because I'm going to guess I'm not going to like the guy performing right now on the commercial.
It's that if I see her one time, I'm a wife. If I see her 2 times, I'm a liker. I don't know what he says.
It
ain't safe.
So
it ain't safe.
So song for the first and last time.
All he says is it ain't safe, and it sounds like he wants to rape her.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
let's go ahead and keep that muted.
Yeah, none of that.
Yeah. None of that. Does anybody have a list of yesterday's injuries?
I know some of the big ones that went down. Like the Jaguars, I mean, their season was already going to be rough, and then Foles broke his clavicle when 347.
Yeah, that was bad. That was bad to watch.
The slow motion impact of his frail body just getting smashed in the ground. It's like, oh.
Yeah. Well, you saw. Well, we'll get into those injuries, but okay. It sounds like we can just cover a top 4 or 5, and then let's try to recap. How our teams are doing, how our teams did. If we've already finished out those games, I've got 2 players in this game right now. So we'll touch base on that, and then we'll talk about sleepers for next week. What you want to do if you've got a drop, who to pick up, things like that. So we'll really try to give some people some insight there. So at that, let's go ahead and start with our segment here. And everybody good? Golden?
Yeah. 3/4 of good.
All right, get your clear your throats. Yep. And without further ado, good evening, craft beer. Welcome to another episode of the Brewmasters Club Craft Brews and Geek News podcast, where we are actually doing the fantasy football. We're calling this the Fantasy Brews. This is our weekly segment where we bring you all the latest and greatest information that we can possibly provide to you as it pertains to the wonderful fantasy football 2019. And joining me with this evening is two awesome people. We're going to go ahead and introduce Alex. Alex is a longtime listener of the Maine Brewmasters Club. Alex, how you doing this evening?
Pretty good. Just kind of still reeling from this weekend. It was not good.
Oh, yeah? Recovering?
Yeah. Recovering, kind of, but crying at the same time. It was just hit after hit after hit.
Yes. We're going to dive more into those hits just in a second. And then we're also joined by Cater Gator. How are you, my friend?
Doing good. Excited to be here.
And you've also got a friend with you as well?
Yes. My pig, Ivar, you will probably be hearing him periodically and me yelling at him periodically.
Which I think is going to be a great addition to the show, to be honest with you. So I'm looking forward to this.
He's a huge fan of beer.
And football. That's what we're here for. So we like to open every segment of the Craft Brews and Geek News podcast with what are you drinking? What do you want to drink? What's on your lineup list? Alex, let's go ahead and hear from you first. What do you got this evening to share for us?
Well, right now I don't have anything. I finished mine off earlier. But I had Big Storm's Key Lime Shandy.
Ooh, I don't think I've had that yet.
It's pretty good. It's one of those rare key lime concoctions that actually tastes pretty good.
Okay. Well, I've actually got a good friend of mine that's head brewer over at the Big Storm Pasco. He might be joining us at some point for this podcast too. So I'll let you know when that happens.
Yeah, that's where I got
it. What do you got in the hopper?
It's one of my favorite breweries in the South, Terrapin, well known. Good little spots. They're the Luau Passion Fruit IPA, the Crunkles. So big fan of them.
It's a great beer.
Yeah, no, it is. I mean, it's brewed in Georgia, but it tastes like Florida. So that's what I like about it.
Sunshine all day. All right. I brought so I actually picked this up at ABC Liquor Stores the other day. And I got a 12-pack of it. It was the Funky Buddha Hop Gun IPA. It's been a long time since I've actually cracked one of these open. And from what I remember, it was just like really, really, really hoppy because I was back in the days like when I was just getting into IPAs and stuff like that. So let me see if my taste buds still get impacted. It's still good. It's malty. You got the right amount of hops to it. So shout outs to Funky Buddha. Anything that you guys want to try this coming weekend when we've recovered from last weekend's football?
My buddy Sean over
my head.
My buddy Sean at Sea Dog. I think they're working with doing another double IPA with some Norwegian yeast. So it's gonna
nice.
Yeah, so they had one. That's actually my pig Ivar. The first time they ever did, they actually named it Ivar, first of its name, and it was a double IPA. Yeah, with I think he had some ginger in there with it. It was really, really, really good. I was a big fan. They only made a little slim of it, though. I was like, come on, man.
Little test run?
What's that?
Little test run?
Yeah, a little test run. And I got my approval. Got his approval.
Okay.
He's a fan. So,
as long as Ivar likes it.
Mm-hmm. I mean,
what were you saying, Alex? What were you looking forward to having in the near future?
Well, I'm looking forward to perusing what's available because now that we're coming into the fall season and we got those the fall seasonal ones coming in.
Yeah.
It's just nice to see what's new, what's changed, and seeing if some of the smaller breweries that are getting more distributed down here see their fall seasonals coming in. So I'm looking forward to picking and choosing.
Awesome. Well, let's make sure we share those on the Fantasy Brews podcast as the weeks become colder. I'll tell you next week, I'm actually going to be on a cruise, and I forget exactly where it's at, but in one of the stops that we are going to, we're going to be stopping at a place called Frenchtown Brewing. So I'll give more details later, but I've been following these guys for months. Looks like everybody that gets off the ship on the Royal Caribbean ships goes there, has a good time, and so I can't wait to taste. I think it's Saint Thomas, to be honest with you. I think that's where it's at. So we'll see how that place unfolds. So nice little island brew, if you will. But what is going on here? Is that Kamara? Kamara with a 45-yard gain in the air. So Breeze to Kamara. Let's keep that connection alive all day because I do not want any points going to Thomas. I forgot to also mention. So on the podcast tonight, we're going to be viewing the Saints Texans game. It's already in the second half. Saints are down by 11. It's 14-3, but it looks like they're coming out hot and pissed. So we'll see how this unfolds. But we're going to be commentating on this game as the plays arise. So. But without further ado, what the fuck happened this weekend?
I don't think anybody knows. I don't think anybody can wrap their heads around all the different things that went wrong, went right, and just the craziness of the last week and a half.
Like it was just week one.
Yeah.
You know? Like between injuries and between terrible losses and awesome wins. Like I don't even know, like how you said, I don't know how to wrap my mind around anything that unfolded yesterday. It just all happened so fast, and it was just like, what the shit, you know? Like I'll never forget where I was when I saw how badly the Ravens kicked Miami's ass, and then I'll never forget where I know, and I'll never forget where I was when I saw how badly the Patriots kicked the Steelers' ass. So
there it is. There it is. Was that Murray?
Murray. Yeah.
On my bench.
Latavius Murray. Oh no.
On my bench.
So speaking of, all right, let's start it off with did we not play anybody that actually had good games on our benches? Like, did you guys have any players that didn't start that had phenomenal games?
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah,
I've got one.
I had Marlon Mack from the Colts sitting on my bench, and he had such an incredible game yesterday, especially given with the Colts losing Andrew Luck and having to build a whole new offense around a new QB, and Marlon Mack just stepping up. I mean, he really pulled it all together, and he put some points. He put some points on that I wish I could have used this week, that I haven't benched, and I wasn't sure about him, and really not happy about that one.
What did he end up putting up? You said how many points?
Let's see. He put up 26.4 points. He put up, let's see, 174 yards on 25 attempts. And then even including a 63-yard touchdown run.
Well,
so in his NFL career, that's the longest he's had.
So then are you prompted to start him next week, and then he'll just like have 10 points? Is that how this is going to work?
Yeah, that's probably what's going to happen with my luck, is that I'll put him out there, and it'll be like, oh, hey, he's injured himself in practice or something.
Well, I did a similar thing with another player from the Colts, and I'm currently I could currently be in the lead of this game that I'm playing right now, except something happened, and I don't know how it happened, but it fucking happened, and T.Y. Hilton did not make it onto my starting position, and he had 24.7 points. For the life of me, I can't understand how I didn't have him starting. I don't know what happened. I thought I had him, and it must have been a glitch, but I'm missing out on 25. That or I was really drunk. I don't know. I can't account for my whereabouts when this playlist, that or one of the admins dropped them before the game, and just said, hey, we're going to give this other guy a chance to win. I don't know. So 25 points I don't have. I should be winning. So I have to hope that Breeze puts up better numbers than what he's doing now without going to Michael Thomas, because Michael Thomas has 12 right now. And I am 78-61. I am, we'll just say 17 points behind. So as long as Breeze gets me 20 and Michael Thomas gets no more points, I have a shot. But I've also got Josh Jacobs in the Raiders game. So
yep, same. Same.
Hoping for a big game from him. He'll hopefully fill the gap. But that's my fault, man. I don't know what happened.
Yeah, it's user error. That's tough. That's the tough one too, where it's one of those moves where you're kind of like, why didn't I do that? Like for me, like
it's also one of those things. Like I knew I did that, and it still didn't happen. Like it's anomalies, man.
I did I was riding the Browns like hype, so I was like, I'm gonna start Njoku. I'm gonna start him over Delaney Walker, and Njoku didn't have a bad game, per se. I mean, he had a touchdown, had 4 catches, 35, 36 yards. But Delaney Walker had 2 touchdowns and like 50 yards receiving and 5 catches. So, yeah, I was like,
Those are the ones that hurt, man.
Yeah, because it's now
I'm not sure what hurts more when you knowingly didn't play somebody because you're like, playing the odds, or like when you thought you really played somebody and then you're like, oh shit, halfway through the game I didn't start him. What the shit? I don't know what's worse. Maybe both.
Yeah.
They both hurt.
We'll lose sleep over some of these. Don't worry.
Well, moving on from that, there was a lot that happened in the NFL yesterday. Let's just go ahead and cover some of these scores. First off, are the Browns really Super Bowl contenders? Anybody?
No. No.
I mean,
no.
An abysmal game.
After yesterday.
An abysmal game.
It's, Baker, how many interceptions did Baker have? What, 2, 3?
I think at one point he threw 2 interceptions, then they went 3 and out and punted, and then he threw another interception. So there was at least 3 in a row.
Okay, I'm looking at it right now. 3 picks. Ugh. I mean,
without a score.
Without a score. No, he got 1 touchdown. He got 1.
Basil.
Yeah. Put him on the board.
He was getting sacked. Like the Titans, I felt like the Titans would have had a better chance beating the Patriots last night than the Steelers did if they would have been playing the Patriots. The Titans just looked like they were amazing. They were throwing them all over the place. He took all the receivers out of the game. They made the Browns defense look like shit. It just nothing went right.
But it's the Browns. I mean, let's be honest. Like, it is the Browns defense.
Yeah. And that's what I kept telling everybody because they were all like in this hype, like, oh, yeah, the Browns are going to be great. I said, but they don't have any defense. Like, you can have all the players on offense, but you don't have any defense and you're screwed. And yesterday it showed clearly they don't have either any positions filled.
No.
What.
When you make Marcus Mariota look like a MVP,
right?
You got some holes in your defense.
How about we can skip it if you don't want to talk about it, Cade, but if you want to go into it, how about making Lamar Jackson looking like a stud, giving up 5 touchdown passes when he had 8 last year?
Youngest quarterback with a perfect QB rating in NFL history. You're welcome. I pretty much what I took from that game was that the ownership is just tell us you're rebuilding. Don't blow smoke up our ass saying like, oh no, these trades are good, they're going to help us out. To rebuild. No, we're going to contend this year. I took my break at work at 12:45 so I could go where I was going to go to sit down and watch at least the first quarter of the game, and I got my food to go. There's 8 minutes to go in the first quarter, and I just to go check go. Let's just go ahead and head back to work. Let's call it now. And by the time I walked back to work, it was like 21-0. I was like, all right, cool. That's good.
From a fantasy standpoint, there was some big points put up by, not only Lamar Jackson, but Antonio Brown's cousin. What's his first name?
Is it John?
Something Brown. A. Brown. He had 4 catches for 150 yards and 2 touchdowns.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know who in my leagues got him or what, but I know he put up some big numbers yesterday for a rookie. That was his first game. His first 2 catches were touchdowns.
Yeah. Long touchdowns.
Long touchdowns. Yes. Yeah. So maybe put him if nobody's got him in your league. Maybe put him on your watch list because they might be doing some big things with him, and hopefully he'll stay humble.
Well,
Did I say that out loud?
Yeah. Well, who do they play next week?
Who's that?
Who do the Ravens play next week?
The Ravens play. Let's see. I don't know.
Just want to know if he's actually going to play against a real secondary. So that's
You're not wrong. Play the Cardinals, 1:00.
Oh yeah,
on
put him down. Start
on
him.
15th. Cardinals looked a little rusty, but then they came back in their game. Did they? Did they end up winning? I didn't see the end. I left.
Tied.
No, they finished in a tie. Oh
yeah,
shit.
It's like kissing your sister.
Yeah, it really is. That sucks. See, my buddy Phil and I, we were talking. We're like, why don't they just do college rules? Just play till somebody wins.
Yeah,
what good is a tie?
Was it put them up? It's the NFL. Back them up to the 35.
Yep. Yeah, I don't even think they kick off.
No. So now you're already safe.
You've got mail.
Yeah, essentially.
Let's see. And then another was the abysmal Steelers playing against the amazing Tom Brady, losing 33-3. I tell you what, I blamed myself. Oh, interception. The Saints just picked it off in the end zone. He's back to the 20, to the 30, to the 40. He's cutting it across field, 45, 50, almost to he's at the 45. What? Wow. Texans are losing control fast, boys. Offsides. Oh, it's coming back.
No.
The Saints were offsides.
No.
Yes.
Oh, that's perfect.
Negates a 45-yard interception return. No way. Let's see.
Yeah, I'm watching it now.
Oh, he was. He just jumped the snap. So they had a free play, and he went for it and got it picked off. Wow. All right. Sorry for the interruption, folks. Like I said, I'm going to be commentating on this game, and we'll share the excitement with you, even though you'll hear it post all the ESPN replays. So I took yesterday to really just, you know what, I'm going to have a nice relaxing season. I'm just going to see, or take it easy. I'm not going to yell. I'm not going to scream. I'm not going to do anything. It's the Patriots. We've been practicing for months. Oh, touchdown. Who is that? DeAndre Hopkins. Yep,
nice.
Touchdown. Very next play.
No, actually, I don't need him to do that. No.
Fantasy Live, folks. Fantasy Live. It's all right. I already know Breeze is going to connect with Thomas on the next play, so it's okay. I understand. I know your pain.
It hurts me deep.
So as the game started to unfold, I was like, we're not going to win this game. Like, I knew after the second drive, this game, the Steelers weren't even going to be close. And towards like the second quarter, I took off my hat. After halftime, I took off my jersey. And after the third quarter, I took off my shorts. So by the time the game was over, I had no Steelers gear on whatsoever, because I thought, maybe if I just slowly show that I'm not a fan, they'll start doing better. And it didn't work. And they laid an egg. And then, of course, we now get left with this amazing video, which I'm sure you've all seen, where the center doesn't snap the ball on Hutt, and the entire offensive line gets called for a false start. The ref goes false start. The entire offensive line except the center. Like, how do you get over that? You don't. So you move on to next week, and that's why we're football fans, because shit happens, right? Like, you might lose bad one week, but then you might make another team lose bad the next. So you got to stay in and ride the wave when you can. And same with fantasy. So any other games you guys want to talk about before we move on to some of the major injuries that occurred yesterday that's going to change the scope of week 2?
There's the abysmal Tampa Bay game. I mean, I know you're local here in Tampa, and I am, and that hurt to watch. Your local team just fail.
It was hard to swallow.
Yeah, and I don't think I don't think that we're going to have. They say with the new coach, it's a rebuilding year, but they have so much work to do that should have been done during preseason that yesterday just does not bode well for the entire rest of the season.
But see, I felt like you guys had some good things happen, especially on defense. You had a fumble recovery, you had an interception return for a touchdown. There was some things that went right, but then on the offensive side of the ball, Jameis just couldn't hold it down, right? Like he threw the interceptions.
Yeah.
And at the most inopportune time, like right when you guys, that's when, and you're not wrong, because this is what I think you're trying to say. Those last 2-3 minutes of the game is when your quarterback is supposed to put the team on their shoulder, and the game's close, right? It was close at that point. And
it was.
You guys it was what, 17-20? Or 17-23. It was 17-23. All Jameis has to do is go down 2-minute drill, which you're supposed to practice, and throw a touchdown with 2 minutes left. And what's he end up doing? He throws a pick six, if I'm not wrong. Right? Or yeah. And you just feel like, God, is this Bucks terror ever gonna end? Like, why do you torture yourselves? And I don't blame you. I ask myself the same thing every week when the Steelers do something stupid. So, but it's Jameis, and he should be at what's he, fourth year quarterback now?
Fourth or fifth, yeah. I mean,
he shouldn't be making those kind of mistakes. No,
he
shouldn't be making those kind of mistakes. And so I feel your pain. I felt the whole wind go out of the bar that we were at yesterday, just because we were up at Brew, and that was it. So it's good to know that all three of us, which we've lost Cade. I think his tablet decided to take another update. We've lost Cade, but he'll be back momentarily. We're all three in the same boats. All three of our teams lost abysmally yesterday. But what you guys can't say that I can say is that my team scored the least amount of points out of any other team in the NFL opening day weekend. So
your offense just wasn't there. I mean, they just couldn't put points up.
Nothing. So, you know what? That's a great point. Let's skip the injuries for now. Let's go on to some of the players that we thought were going to do really well that didn't. And let's start with Juju. Juju couldn't really get open. He had a lot of difficulty. There was a couple of drop passes from other receivers, which made it harder for them to take one or double team off Juju. And I don't know exactly how many points he got in my league, but I know it wasn't good, and no touchdowns. So how do you take that from a fantasy perspective? Do you start Juju next week, seeing how the offense was and hoping for it to be better? Or, what do you think?
In the first couple weeks, especially since the first couple weeks in the regular season, every team's trying to work out bugs that they had previously. So to drop a player that has a high potential like Juju right now would probably be the wrong mistake, because it could be this week he watches the films, he does a few more things, and he sees, you know what, I see where I screwed up, I can do better, and then next week totally turn it around. You don't want to dump somebody just because they have one bad week, especially the first week.
Well, and maybe not so much dump, but start him or sit him type situation, because next week Pittsburgh travels to Seattle, I believe. Let me double check that real quick. No, I'm sorry. Next week is the home opener, so Seattle will be in Pittsburgh. So maybe that's a chance where the Steelers shine and Juju hits a touchdown or two with over 100 yards. So, it's hard to see it's hard to see that with the way that offense unfolded. At least the Bucks put up 17 points. Now granted, some of that was on interceptions, but they look like they had some movement. Whereas yesterday with the Steelers, it was like, what the hell, Are there any other players that you can think of off the top of your head, like anybody from the Browns? Are you thinking about starting any Browns players or sitting them next week?
No, I was thinking about like how can I put this? Like I was thinking of making some quarterback changes, not only because of Winston, but like I've got in one league, I've got Phillip Rivers, who did amazing yesterday.
Yes, he did, and I've got him in one of my leagues too.
Right. And so I've got him. I had him sitting on the bench in one league just because I wasn't sure, being that, he hasn't had too much talk about him, not overly amount.
Right.
So I think I'm going to definitely put as starting on both, at least 2 leagues, putting him up just to get some points on there because chances are he's solid. I mean, this week wasn't a painful week. It was a great week, and he's just a solid player.
Correct. And next week they play the Lions, which I think there's been some really good games between those two teams before, if I'm not mistaken. I want to say that there has been. But they play the Lions at home in a dome. So I don't know if that makes any difference there in your decision-making process. But he's just a very solid quarterback. And I can tell you that in my keeper league that I'm in, my buddy drafts him every single year. He's just his reliable quarterback. He gets him 20, 25 points every week, because whether he's throwing up a lot of touchdowns or not, he's always putting his team in a position to win. He's always getting 300 plus yards, multiple completions, So I would start Phillip. Who else would you be considering starting over Rivers?
Well, I was hoping on Breeze, but it doesn't look like he's doing much. Then there's also Cam Newton. Cam Newton didn't do as hot as I was hoping, but the same with Rivers is he's got the experience. He could just be working with new people, and it may just take him a little bit to shake it up.
So let's see. Panthers. Carolina Panthers played a tough defense in the Rams yesterday. Next week, they're at home against the Bucks. So that might be a no-brainer.
Yeah.
But do you really want to root for Cam? Do you really want to root for Cam while rooting for your team?
There's 2 things. There's when you're watching football, when you're watching your team, you're watching your organization that you're a fan of, whether it's local or like Steelers fan and everything. That's one thing.
Yeah.
Fantasy football, you're rooting in a different way. Is that you're rooting for the player to do well without noticing that they're kicking your favorite team's butt. But you want that player to do well. Because you can have that's the weird thing about fantasy is you can have a player do tremendous points up on the fantasy board, and his team still lose. Because it comes down to how they performed as a player, not necessarily how the team performed. Even though it does affect the play, but you know what I'm saying? Like you can have a phenomenal player, and the team just do horrible.
I agree with that. It's just, for me, that's why I avoided fantasy football for so long in my life. I'm only a sophomore when it comes to fantasy football. I mean, I know players' names. Drew Brees just threw a touchdown to Hill.
There we go.
10, 15 yards out. So I'll take that all day long because it's not Thomas. I don't think Thomas caught a pass on that drive, actually. But I'll take that. So, it's just, that's why I avoided it, because I'm like, I can root for other players, but I can't root for other players when they're playing my team, so I avoided it. And then I finally got into it. And I, like you, I kind of thought the same lines and wanted my player to do well, but also not beat my team. But then, the first couple of games were a little suspect. I was like, "Damn you!" And then no, score more. Like, I'm confused. I don't know what I'm doing. So, but this year it's a little bit easier as of now. So until I've got the Ravens defense, so I can't be cheering on the Ravens defense sacking Ben 10 times when they play them in. Let's see, where do they play this? The Ravens.
Let's see.
We play them week 5. So, I got a couple of weeks till I have to either choose to eat my words or love what I just said. So,
see, that's why I got good in one of my leagues is that I'm actually, instead of a team defense, I'm actually able to choose my defensive players.
Really?
The tackles, the linebackers, yeah. So I get to choose the individual players. So it allows me not to be focused on one team.
So that sounds like a lot of positions. That sounds like a long draft because you're doing offense and defense.
Yeah.
Wow.
So it's pretty much almost every player out there. Like, we don't do a center. A center's a center. You're either a good center or you're going to get bowled over.
Right.
But every other position, it was and I think it was just sub 2 hours for 10 teams. I think that draft was.
That's not bad. Was it auto draft or just you had a time limit?
We had we had a limit. It was a 2-minute choose.
Okay.
They did it. I wasn't in with them last year, but last year they were telling me that they had it on 3 minutes, and it took like a whole extra hour. So they dropped the minute down to 2 minutes, but it went fast because we had a lot of people that it was their first time being in fantasy. I think about maybe 3 or 4 of the teams, it was their first time fantasy. So they did a lot of auto drafting.
Okay.
So as soon as their number came up, boom, they were on to the next one.
Okay.
Boom, it's on to the next one.
Now, is that your first year or no? Yeah. Is that your first year in a league where you get to pick your own defense too? Or you said you did that last year? Is that what you said?
No, I didn't get to do this one last year.
Okay.
So this was my first year doing the, choose every defensive player.
Gotcha.
And I like that because it gives you more options. You're not stuck with, hey, who's the best in the league last year?
Yeah.
Okay, and then just work your way down. It actually gives you a little bit more depth. You know who's good at this, and you know who's good at that.
Okay. Huh. That might be interesting to take a look at. I just feel like that's managing a lot of positions.
It is, but luckily it's something that just to do on the fly. Like you look at them, you look at their scores, you look how they did the previous week. It's like, okay, you look at the injuries because those guys are solid. Those solid guys, like big strong guys, but they can still get injured, and they'll also tend not to baby it as much. So they might be like come off the field and then, I'm fine next week, and then injure themselves more.
Yeah.
So it's something like, okay, they're okay to play, but that was a pretty bad hit.
Yeah.
So.
All right. So I think we got a pretty good grasp on that side of things. So let's go on ahead and are you still good on time?
Yeah. No, I'm fine.
Okay. Let's talk about some of the major injuries that happened yesterday. Let me see. I forget which one was the biggest. Well, I can tell you, Tyreek Hill, he's going to be out for a few weeks.
He's gone this season.
He's gone this season?
Oh, there's no way he's. Well,
they said only a couple of weeks. When did they change that?
No. They have said. Let me take that back. They have said it's going to be a couple of weeks, but my opinion, he's done for the season.
Okay.
We're talking. They're calling it a sternal clavicular joint injury.
Ooh.
Even if he does come back, it's not going to work the same. Like, it's going to be sore. He's going to have to work on it.
I see what you're saying.
I just don't see him suddenly turning it around after a couple weeks.
That might be somebody where. So I have him as my starter. So are you thinking I should drop him altogether? Because I'm in a keeper league, so I kept him and T.Y. Hilton. So are you thinking I should drop him or just put him in my bench for now and use him as a little trade bait for something else?
I
not
give
really
him
because
I'd give him at least like one more week or two,
okay.
just to see if maybe something more comes out. I'm saying based on what I know right now, that shoulder injury isn't something that's going to be easy to come back from.
Gotcha. I see what you're saying.
They may come back like throughout this week and like, oh yeah, he had a joint injury, but it was just inflamed tissue. Gave him a couple of ibuprofen, bottle of water, he was good to go.
Shot him up with some whatever.
Cortisone.
Yeah, cortisone, and he's good. All right. What was the next major injury? I want to say it was Nick Foles breaking his collarbone.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's
beautiful touchdown pass. Like, picture perfect, clear skies. You see the replay; it's going in the corner end zone. You're celebrating, and your quarterback's got a broken collarbone. You know?
Yeah, he's definitely done. Like,
well, collarbone. So I broke my collarbone when I was in third grade, and interception. Saints just picked it off, and then he got body slammed on the way out of bounds. And Sammy Watkins might get ejected from the game. He's fighting. He's throwing a. Sorry to cut you off. Let's just go to this real quick. So Sammy Watkins.
No, it's fine. I'm watching that. Keep telling me I'm like a play behind on this YouTube stream.
Okay, so watch what happens right now. Sammy Watkins flips him over the back, and he's getting an extra 15 yards tacked onto the end of that interception.
I'm watching pass. Interception.
Yeah. That was a fucking body slam, like wrestling style.
Oh my God. Yeah, throw some flags on that. That was a little too much. That was.
And then he gets a hand to the face, and then he pulls the other guy down.
That's.
Sammy just lost his cool.
And
he's looking like, well, what did I do? Oh, you know what you did? He took away a ball that would have got you 50 yards. That's what happened. He got mad because he didn't catch that pass. Oh, my shit's loading. I'll have to go to another link here.
Oh my God, I'm watching the slow motion of it.
Yeah.
That's like something you see in the WWE. Like,
yeah.
Geez. Oh, and then I see the face mask there. Oh, man.
Sammy. Oh, well. All right. What were we saying? Were we still talking about Foles?
Foles, I mean, there's not much to say about Foles. I mean, it was a bad injury. It looked bad. It looked horrible. He's not coming back. There's no amount of cortisone, no amount of physical therapy that's going to bring him back for this season.
That's what I was saying. So I broke my collarbone as a kid, and it healed in 6 weeks, and I was full range of motion, everything, still a little tender. Maybe week 10?
But then you're talking about even if he can move, even if he has full motion, being tender, we're talking about the amount of strain that he's putting on that arm.
Yeah. Yeah, and the bone is a little more brittle at that point. And then do you really, at this point, need him for your fantasy league? Because around week 10, week 11, you're gearing up towards where you're going to be in the playoffs anyway. You know, so from a fantasy perspective, you're probably not really looking at Foles right now at all. So,
you drop him. You dropped him 5 minutes after that hit. Like that was just drop. Like it's not worth holding on to. You're not going to get a trade out of him. Drop him. Get rid of him.
Welcome back, Mr. Cade. What happened?
Well, there's a reason why that tablet was buried.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So I was like, all right, we're gonna go iPhone time. So
Okay.
okay.
We're
Yeah.
not gonna hold it against you.
Thank you. It's my first time. I'm new. Learned a valuable lesson today.
No worries. Always check out your technology before you podcast.
Yeah. Yeah. I was like, I'll use my tablet. I haven't used my tablet in so long. All right. It's now back under all those clothes and the pig toys.
Just chuck it up on offer up.
There's him.
There he is.
Hey, there's the mascot.
There he is.
Hey, your pig's in a blanket.
Yeah. Yeah.
I like it. I like it.
That is fitting dad joke from a dad.
Right? Hey, I'm only good for 4 out of 10. I think I've told you that before. If I hit 4 out of 10, I'm golden. So
nailed it.
So have you been watching the Saints game at all?
Yeah, I just saw the pick and everything, and the Hopkins slam. That was impressive.
Oh my god, that's what it's going to be called, the Hopkins slam.
There it is. Yeah,
I love it. Yeah, man.
You just named someone's next IPA.
Oh no, we named our all next IPA.
See, there it is. There it is.
The Hopkins slam. It's got to be dirty and hoppy and bitter, and yeah, it's got to be all that.
Because he was very bitter.
Right, and now he's looking at the ref like, what did I do? You know you did, bro. I told Alex, I said, looks like somebody just robbed him of a 50-yard catch, and he got mad.
Yeah.
That's exactly what happened.
Go again. Oh, boom. Oh.
Oh, are you watching the replay? Go Kamara. Oh, Kamara. 20, 15, 10, 12.
Oh, yeah.
No, that ball's not out. That ball's not out.
Nah, he's down.
Oh, no. He's saying he's down.
I was going to say.
So we got 1st and 10 from the 12. So it's not 1st and goal.
Oh, that's a prime passing situation.
There you go. Wow, that was a good
Anybody but Thomas. Anybody but Thomas.
Anybody but the tallest receiver he has.
Anybody but the guy that they just paid. Anybody but the guy they just paid. No, that's not a fumble. That's not a fumble.
Nah. They got Taysom Hill.
You saw that last one? Breeze the Hill?
Yeah.
All right, let's see what happens on here. Excuse part of the interruption, people. Part of the interruption. Let's see what's going on. Oh, timeout. They're going to challenge the play. Why are you going to challenge the play?
Why?
Because they probably think it's a fumble.
Just a timeout.
I'm looking at the replay, and it was like the ball popped out.
It's just a timeout. No, he was already down. He was already down.
It's just, I'm streaming it, and I guess I'm a little bit ahead of you guys somehow. Somehow my live streaming of the game is ahead of your live TVing of the game.
No, I'm not watching live TV. I'm streaming it.
Are you streaming too? Okay.
Live streams. Come on, man. We don't have the NFL package or ESPN.
What are you talking about? I pay Wow $26 a month for this for 5G.
Wow.
Yeah, like the Wow cable is pretty much like the Discover card of credit of cable companies. It's about the best way I can describe them.
You're gonna have to share this Wow with me.
Wow internet, man. It's like they come in. It's the best thing to do because they come in, they wire your house. You get 5G through your whole house, and it's like $27 a month. But you don't have to get cable. See, that's why we went with them. So, like, cause I was paying like $40-something a month for cable and Wi-Fi. And I was like, I don't even use the cable. Like, I stream everything. So, switched over there.
Wait, Wow is. Let's just make this a commercial at this point. Wow is $27 a month for fiber, and they wire your whole house for 5G internet speed.
Yeah, like me, like I'm streaming you guys on the internet. I'm streaming the game on my TV. My roommate, who I hope is just watching TV with his girlfriend, is streaming something in his room on the other side of the house.
That's what you think.
Yeah, it's like, well, my door's shut. Like he's such a young pig. I can't. You can't, don't want to traumatize him at such a young age,
right?
So, but he's streaming. They got stuff going on their stuff, and I'm perfectly fine. So, like, I love it.
$27 a month. I am amazed.
It is. Oh, you can talk about gold mine, man. Oof.
Oh,
That's
Oh,
all
yeah,
right.
my little buddy just joined me. Our new cat. This is Bandit. He doesn't like to be held, evidently.
no.
Say hi, Bandit.
Bandit and my pig have something in common.
Oh, yeah?
Oh,
Love to
man.
hear it.
No, yeah, they don't like to be held. The minute I try to grab him, this
And-
chunky monkey over here goes nuts.
This is Solar, and he likes to drink my beer when I'm not looking. So we're cool. Anyway, enough with the pets and the animals. We were talking injuries. Who did we cover so far? We covered Tyreek Hill. We covered Nick Foles. Cade, any other notable injuries that happened yesterday?
No, I can't think of anything off the top of my head. I'm going through my stuff going through the stats right now.
Who was the wide receiver that broke his collarbone?
That was Tyreek Hill, wasn't it?
Well, that's sternum. Yes, Foles broke his collarbone. Another guy caught it. Tried to catch a ball, went out of the end zone, broke his left collarbone.
Oof.
Funches.
Was it Funches?
Devin?
Devin Funches.
Devin Funches, yeah.
Is that a pick?
Carolina,
you should,
right?
No, I don't.
Broken collarbone. He got a second opinion, but as of now, surgery is likely.
Ooh.
Yeah, that means
So
it
that's
was
another one. Just drop.
Oh, yeah.
If they're cutting you open, that's it.
Yeah,
Like
you're
you're
done.
done for the season.
Yeah.
I feel like so there was no there were no leg injuries yesterday. Were there? No, Geis.
There was a groin injury.
That was a defensive player.
Hey. Oh, you bet you got lucky. So lucky.
Oh, what happened?
It wasn't Thomas.
Hold on.
Traquan Smith.
Woo! I'll take that. Give me those
Yeah.
points, baby. Give me those points.
Patented Drew Brees roll out, square the shoulders, perfect throw, perfect spiral
You know what they're doing though? They're saving the money shot.
to Thomas.
Yep, they're saving the money shot.
Getting
That's all I
ready.
say.
All right, they're gonna have you there. You're gonna be like, oh man, I'm gonna pull this out. 84-yard touchdown pass, Michael Thomas.
Literally pulling it out. Yep. That's how it's gonna work. Look at Breeze, 40 years old, still throwing like he's 20.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Hey, whatever works.
Gotta love it. Gotta love it. No, so Geis, he had
Knee, I think again.
yeah, but it was his other knee, they're saying.
Man.
And that sucks because I drafted him. He was supposed to be a great sleeper pick, and then he ended up starting over Peterson. So Peterson's looking like he's gonna be back at number one over there, no?
They got to, yeah. I mean, he was a healthy scratch too.
Yeah.
So one of the greatest running backs of all time, a healthy scratch. That's hilarious. I don't think Dallas ever healthy scratched Emmitt Smith.
That's funny.
No, I don't think they did.
No.
Well,
So Geis is probably done.
So I think I'm going to put Geis on my bench. Any notable running backs I should try to replace him with that if they're not already taken? Chris Carson, he's out for 2 weeks. He's got a foot injury, sprained foot. So I can't pick him up. I mean, I could if somebody doesn't want to keep him for 2 weeks and he just falls my way. But
what's the Berea kid out of San Fran? If he might still be available. Breida, yeah.
He got drafted.
Oh, did he?
Now I think he got drafted in both my leagues. Yeah, I'll have to look.
Oh,
Trying to think who would be decent that wouldn't already be drafted.
What happened?
Trying to think of somebody that would be good that hasn't already been drafted.
Let's see. You know what? I'll just go in this here. We'll see available players, league players, available running back. No, quarterback, running back, all running backs.
Oh, that's 15 yards. No?
Oh, I didn't see it yet. It's coming up right now.
I guess it wasn't. That was awfully, yeah,
That's
awfully
a
close.
color.
Awfully close. He must have just got all jersey.
Yeah, all jersey from the back.
Yeah.
Maybe he grabbed the shoulder pad.
Oh, yeah, there it is. They slowed it down. Yeah, he got shoulder pad.
Well, good. I'm glad they kept their flags in their pockets. So available running backs in my league right now. Oh yeah, but still, you could have gone down and broke his leg. Was it Chris Thompson at Washington? I got Jamal Williams at Green Bay. Gus Edwards for the Ravens, and Dontrell Hilliard for the Browns. Those are top four. And Devontae Booker. I could add him right now if I want.
Yeah, I would go Booker, probably the best out of that group. I would
Yeah, but
say
you really he's going to see the field after Henry and or Phillips and is it Henry Phillips? I can't remember.
I mean, anybody from Green Bay, you don't touch them right now.
No.
Their offense is just a mess. If Aaron Rodgers can't make your offense run, then I don't know what you're going to do.
Yeah, maybe I'll just add him just for the hell of it, just so nobody else can do it.
You need somebody.
All right, but wait, I do have Alfred Morris on my bench.
Didn't he get released?
I don't know.
I thought they released him when Zeke signed.
Did they?
No.
I think so.
Well, then why the fuck do I have a guy on the bench that's not even in the NFL?
I mean, technically he's in a somebody will grab him, but I think when Zeke signed, Dallas released him.
Let's see, Alfred Morris. See, this is why we need a good, strong fantasy football podcast, because I don't know half of this stuff sometimes because I've got so many other things going. Yeah, Cowboys cut veteran Morris to make room for Zeke.
There you go.
Wow.
And
I'm going
so
to him too. Yeah,
he is out. I don't even think he's been picked up yet.
Washington's probably on the horn right now with him, so it's okay. Back to Washington for Alfred Morris.
Maybe I'll keep him for a little bit.
Yeah,
you're not wrong.
Hey, Adrian Peterson, we're gonna healthy scratch you again because we re-signed Alfred Morris.
Yeah. Although I think Adrian, though, I think he's got something to prove still. He's still
absolutely.
got something to take. He had over 1,000 yards rushing last year, and how many touchdowns? So, I think it was 1,000, wasn't it?
Yeah. He's got to. I mean, he might be good for at his age now. If you want to keep him all year, he might be good for maybe. You wouldn't want to go over 15 touches, maybe. Like you have to really manage his touches because you saw towards the end of the year he started wearing down.
Mm-hmm.
And he's a specimen too. Like guy's a freak.
He is. But he gives it his all, though.
Yeah.
All right.
Those guys are like that.
Gentlemen, so we've talked injuries. We've talked a bunch of different things. Where did you guys come here with any topics tonight that you want to cover as well, or did we hit them all?
Well,
sorry, I was watching the play.
I mean, I guess there's the Antonio Brown.
The proverbial elephant in the locker room.
We can talk about Antonio Brown. So I saw today that because AB released some audio between him and John Gruden, that he could be facing up to a year in jail if Gruden,
California law.
If Gruden wants to press charges, he can.
He won't. Gruden's not that kind of guy.
Yeah.
Well,
yeah,
AB
he's not. Exactly. He's not that type of guy.
Yeah. Well, Gruden already came out and said too that he was okay with him. Like he gave the okay to use the audio. Like he was fine with it.
Attention from the story. Then,
yeah.
I don't know. Do you really want to tell something like that to the world? Like what he said on there it wasn't bad, but from a coach to a player, that's just as bad as when AB recorded Tomlin in the locker room a few years ago.
Yeah.
If you remember that, and that was without consent too. So there's no way Gruden said, "Hey, use this audio for later."
Can you imagine? Can you imagine Antonio Brown pulling that shit on Belichick?
Maybe we're finally gonna find out if there is such a thing as Spygate. Maybe AB's gonna post photos of the other team's playbook. Look what I got.
AB is actually an FBI mole for the NFL.
Right? That's it.
Yeah,
maybe he's gonna be the hero at the end of the day.
Yeah, he's the commissioner's secret weapon. He's like, I'm finally gonna get those Patriots. You'll see.
By the way,
this is going to make the Patriots just blow up and fall apart. Just throw Antonio Brown in the mix.
This audio is never going to see the light of day, by the way. YouTube is going to drop this because it's going to analyze everything we just said and be like, oh, no, guys, they know. These guys are way too smart. And they're streaming NFL football games illegally.
They know what's happening. I know. Like, I'm going to have a little sign on my phone is going to pop up. It's going to be the FBI saying, like, don't move.
Text message.
Yeah, we're coming to get you.
Just tell them that you're in your roommate's room.
Yeah. On the other side of the house. I promise.
No, but how shitty was it? I mean, you got to think back to when, because obviously he wanted a new deal and he had 2 years left with the current deal with the Steelers, and the Steelers traded him, I think, for a 3rd and a 5th round pick, if I'm not mistaken. Right? Was it 2 picks?
It was 2 picks. I'm not sure which round though.
I think it was 3rd and 5th. So Raiders gave up their picks. He goes, gets a new deal, $30 million guaranteed. And then all of a sudden, all this shit starts happening. First off, he walks into a cryotherapy chamber with bare feet, burns the bottom of his feet. Then you hear about the helmet thing, and you're like, what's going on? And it's all this drama. And then he doesn't get the thing that he wants, so he goes back. He files another claim against the helmet. And you just start to wonder, like, what's AB's deal here?
He walked it up.
Perfect for him.
Yeah.
He what? Yeah.
He wants everything to go perfect. He thinks he's the best. And he's like, I want everything perfect so I can do my best.
Yeah, I think he walked in the locker room, looked around, and goes, ooh, I might not win a Super Bowl here.
It's possible.
It's
possible. I mean, there's also reports of him saying that he hired a social media team to teach him how to get out of the contract. Like,
have you seen the YouTube videos of his? There's no way the time between the phone calls and when those videos were posted that they didn't have somebody already geared up to go. Like, already had the footage backed up, ready just to splice in the audio. There's no way. It was too well done.
Well, and look how fast he decided. Within 1 day of being released from the Raiders, he becomes a Patriot. I think it was maybe 5 hours? He becomes a Patriot. So you're going to say 5 or 6 hours. So you're going to tell me that none of this was orchestrated. None of this was planned. I mean, yeah, we can be conspiracy theorists all day long, but at this point, there's more evidence that weighs into this was orchestrated. The Raiders got fucked out of $1 million and 2 draft picks because they're not obligated to pay him the other $29 million. So he didn't get any of that, but he gets $9 million from the Patriots because the Steelers were never going to trade him for the Patriots no matter what. And then he found a way to get there anyway. And so
still sticking to the Steelers.
Yeah. And so it's just, but fortunately we didn't have to play him last night, but I think that elevated the Patriots somewhat, knowing they were getting Brown. And I think that deflated us as we mentally prepared for that game last night. I think that robbed us of some of our enthusiasm as Steeler fans and as the Pittsburgh Steelers as a whole, the team itself. They'll probably say that it didn't affect them, but I think deep down inside it affected us.
Oh yeah,
maybe subconsciously almost.
Yeah, Yeah, man. Like, there's got to be something that attributed to that abysmal loss last night besides our own shortcomings.
Well, especially with the last few years, I mean, the Patriots are the team to be on. I mean, if you're looking at it from a player's perspective, like getting on the Patriots is like, okay, you're already in the NFL. Now I'm on the Patriots team. I've made it.
Right.
So a lot of his old teammates on the Steelers are like, where's our shot? Like we're over here on this, and here he is just doing some back deep stuff and getting right where he wanted to go to begin with.
So let me ask you guys a question. And you follow basketball at all too?
To an extent.
We all know who the big stars are, right? So
Yeah.
KD joins the Warriors a few years ago, goes and wins what, 2 or 3 titles? I can't remember now, right?
Was one?
No, he won 2.
Did he win 2?
Yeah, he's won 2 titles with him. I'm pretty sure.
And an MVP.
Sure.
But even still, all right. He had to go to those teams to win. And maybe we could say the same thing about LeBron, leaving Cleveland, going to Miami. But LeBron has since won one without an all-star cast, if you will, up in Cleveland there. If AB goes to the Patriots just because AB wants to get a ring, and he orchestrated this whole thing and all of that, and he gets his ring, is it really – because from what we saw last night, the Patriots do not need Brown. They straight up do not need Brown. Are you Fortniting?
No, I'm not Fortniting. My stream skipped. I'm resetting my stream. I'm not Fortniting. I'm 35 years old. I'm not Fortniting anything. I'm a grown man. I pay taxes.
Hey, I'm 32. I love Fortnite. So
you got kids. You got an excuse.
My kids like Fortnite too.
That's my point. You got an excuse. I start playing Fortnite and next thing you know, I'll be on Plenty of Fish or something.
Hey, that's not a bad website. At least it wasn't back in the day. I'm just saying.
I've heard horror stories. Like friends of mine, like it's a cesspool now.
One of my good friends, Dane, he's a Marine. You've heard Alex. You've heard him on the podcast before, I'm sure.
Yeah.
He and his wife met that way. So
okay.
maybe I shouldn't have said that. I don't know if that's like taboo, but it doesn't matter. That's like 10 years ago. So that's how it works.
So one of those things where you tell people, no, we met at the grocery store. You're not telling me you met on.
Not telling me you met on Plenty of Fish. Hey, love is love, man. I met Ashley at a bar. So hey, there we go.
There you go. A nice, normal social setting.
Oh yeah, there was music all over the place. Couldn't hear a word. No.
Best part about it.
All right, boys. So, we've covered AB. We've covered the injuries. Is there anything else we need to cover going into the next week? Do you guys want to do one last thing and go through a list of who we think is going to win the matchups next week? Real quick, like our predictions.
Yeah, do the picks.
Yeah, let's do some picks and then we'll get out of here. So,
picks to click.
Picks to click. NFL Week 2 games schedule. All right. First on the list, we have Thursday night, 8:20 p.m. Bucks away at Panthers. Who you taking?
Panthers.
You know what? I'm gonna be that guy, and I'm gonna go. I think the Bucks might be able to pull that one out. Like I think they got the. Yeah, because I think Jones looked completely different than he did last year. They actually let him get some touches over Peyton. And I think Jones, their running game actually started coming around. It's just pretty much a matter of if Jameis Winston can hit one of his at least 3 undefensible, targets. I mean, OJ Howard, the kid from Alabama, he's a monster.
Yep.
You still got Mike Evans, and you still got Godwin.
Yep.
I mean, there's no reason they shouldn't be able to move that ball down the field on Carolina.
I think you're right on that. I also think that you're even more right because they're coming off of a short week. They have to get back to work and prepare this game. So everything that happened on Sunday, I think they just go out there and they play ball.
Yeah.
So
To me, if Winston doesn't turn the ball over, they win that game Sunday.
yeah. Well, Alex, so
Move.
as your tablet was updating, we covered that story already. So you'll have to listen to the podcast to figure
Yeah,
out.
I know. I had to go catch up a little bit.
We got Sunday night football, or excuse me, sorry, Sunday 1:00 Cardinals Ravens at Baltimore. I don't think.
Ravens.
Yeah, I just don't see the Ravens doing as high of amount of scoring this week. But the way that the Cardinals started off against the Detroit Lions, I got to side with you on this. I think the Ravens end up 2-0.
Yeah, I'm going to go with that one because there's one thing I learned: Cliff Kingsbury does not do defense, and it's just going to be one of those things where, like, right there, I agree 100% with you guys. Baltimore's going to come out slinging. We're going to get a couple quick scores, and Arizona's going to be trying to play catch up the whole time.
Yep. But there is one saving grace for Murray, and that is Larry Fitzgerald. So
the ageless wonder.
He really is the ageless wonder. And I feel so bad, but I don't feel bad at the same time. The Steelers took that Super Bowl away from him because he is well deserving of one, even more so. And you can send this clip to AB. Larry Fitzgerald is more so deserving of a Super Bowl than you, Antonio Brown. Motherfucker.
Well, Larry Fitzgerald should figure out a way to get out of his contract in Arizona and get picked up by the Patriots.
No, I wait. No, an even better fit for Larry, Pittsburgh.
You would say that.
I think he would love to play with Ben.
He doesn't have the personality of a Steeler. He's just such a. I mean, the guy still calls his. He was calling his mother for every game. I mean,
Larry Fitzgerald has the personality. He has. Oh my God! Could you see him on one side and Juju on the other? Like, for real. I can see it. I can see it.
In Madden, maybe.
You know what? I've got Madden. I'm gonna trade Larry to the Steelers later, and I'll let you know how it goes.
Madden will reject that trade.
Okay. Moving on here, we got the Chargers at Lions. I'm gonna take Chargers on this one.
Yeah, I mean the Lions are still just Matthew Stafford, and even that's not guaranteed anymore. And Eckler looked really, really good filling in. So he was a steal. Both my leagues that I'm in this year, he got taken right before I picked, and he was on my list. I was heartbroken.
Poor guy.
I wanted that kid. Oh yeah, it's tough. I got over it.
Why do you even play? No.
I should just backed out of the draft right there. Like, I'm out. Give me my money back. I'm out of it.
I'm gonna go with the Chargers too. I think the Chargers are just gonna take it to them. I think Detroit's gonna try their best, but Chargers just gonna run over them.
All right. Colts Titans. Hard to judge off of last week. Colts played pretty well with Brissett. Titans played really well against the Dolphins. Or no, was it the Dolphins?
Titans.
Browns.
No.
Titans played really good against the Browns. Sorry.
Yeah, no, they kicked the crap out of a different team.
Yeah. Sorry, it's hard to tell. All of our teams got their asses handed to them.
Yeah,
so I'm torn on this one. I don't think Mariota has as good a week. I'm gonna go Colts. Colts end up 2-0.
Yeah, Colts got a better defense, and Brissett. He's a Gator. He was a Gator, but I think he's just going to gradually get better and better and better, and him being mobile is going to help that offense.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go with the Titans on this one. They're riding high from this week's win, and with the Colts just suffering still without having luck and trying to adapt, even with Marlon Mack. I just think the Titans are just gonna take it.
Okay. 49ers Bengals.
Oof.
I'm saying Bengals. Bengals are just. They've got too much skill compared. I think they're going to be doing great on it against the Niners.
I mean, we saw how the 49ers struggled against the the Bucks, but still won. And then the Bengals stuck with Seattle all the way to the end. So, I think they lost 21-20. So I'm going to pick the Bengals, even though they're in our division, and Steelers probably end up last, but that's okay. So
I'm leaning towards, I think, the Niners. I think the Niners are going to pull that one out.
okay. So you think they knocked the rust off and they're good to go?
Yeah, because they got better as that game went on. And like you said, I mean, their defense is good enough to hang with Seattle, which, I mean, you say that pretty much Seattle lives and dies by Russell Wilson. So, I mean, Tyler Lockett gets hurt. Like, who's he going to throw? He can't throw the ball to himself. So
No. The 49ers play the Bengals. I was saying the Bengals played the Seattle Seahawks last
okay.
week.
Sorry. I misunderstood. Yeah. Sorry.
Yeah, sorry.
Yeah. Still going with the 49ers.
Okay. I love your rationale.
Garoppolo's a good-looking dude. So,
he is. He's like
handsome.
Tom Brady.
Yeah, the strippers and the hookers love him.
And they both have had torn ACLs.
See, brothers in arms.
Jaguars, Texans. I'm going Texans. I see this game right now. Texans are taking it to the Saints. Deshaun Jackson. Oh, sack.
Yeah, Texans are moving the ball
though. So Deshaun. Sorry, did I say Deshaun Jackson? I meant Watson's taking it to the Texans or to the Saints. They were up. They're down by 3 now, but that's okay. I think Texans take it against the Jaguars. But Jaguars did just acquire, if I'm not mistaken, Josh Dobbs for a 5th-round pick. Not sure that's going to make any impact or not. He took him from the Steelers, but that's okay.
Now, what's the name of the kid that filled in for Foles? He actually didn't play bad.
No, he had 88% completion percentage or something like that. He threw at a 15 passes. Like I heard he did pretty good. So,
yeah, I mean he is able to salvage my day with. I got D.D. Westbrook on my team, so he was able to salvage my day with getting the touchdown to D.D.
Oh yeah.
So I mean I don't think they're going to be as bad off as everybody thinks, but that's a tough hill to climb right there. That's with
the Jags.
Yeah, I mean, if their defense isn't there, they're not going to win a shootout.
Mm-mm.
Their defense is going to be there. I see Jacksonville taking it.
Yeah.
All right. Vikings, Packers. I'm going Vikings just because I don't like the Packers, and that's all. And what they did to Matt Ryan last weekend or yesterday, shutting that offense down. I think Vikings take that. They're in Green Bay though, so.
They're in Green Bay, and I'm going to take Green Bay because Green Bay's defense is awesome. I mean, they've got a good defense this year.
Really?
I think good enough to take the Vikings at least.
Sounds like a money game here.
Yeah, I'm going Vikings on that one too, just because Packers offense is just a mess. Like they don't know what they're doing.
Anybody else just think Aaron Rodgers just is the most athletic, lackluster person on the planet? Like, if you could put those 2 words in a description, that would be him. I mean, he's got no fire.
He's not impressive.
He looks good in denim. I know that much.
I don't know. Half the time I think Brett Favre could still be out there slinging the rock.
Oh, like literally the only difference you probably have between Aaron Rodgers and Tom Brady is that Tom Brady was on the Patriots. If Aaron Rodgers was on a team like the Patriots, he'd have 6 rings too, probably. So, but he got stuck. He got stuck in the. Like absolutely. Like he got stuck in the forbidden frozen tundra of Lambeau Field, where the fans own the team, so they don't have any money to give, and they can't put any talent around him. I mean, how long has it been since they had a decent running game? What was it? Dorsey Levitt was they like the last good runner?
They had Eddie Lacy till he gained 50 pounds.
50? You're nice.
I don't know. It was a couple years ago. It's 2012, 2013, whatever. He had a couple of good solid years. They just, for whatever reason, since they won the Super Bowl, they just didn't want to build around him. And then there was a lot of shit coming out of the locker room. And, It was kind of all pointing the fingers at Rodgers, and I just never see any fire out of Rodgers like I see out of Tom Brady. As much as I can't stand the man, you got to respect his game. And he even I heard on the radio today because I listened to Steelers podcast, and he told Antonio Brown, "Hey, if you need a place to stay, come stay at my house till you move up here." Like, he is so excited that Antonio Brown is there. He's willing to let him stay at his house. Like, Aaron Rodgers wouldn't do anything like that. He makes insurance commercials with Clay Matthews, and that's it.
Well, they're funny commercials, though.
They are funny commercials.
Yeah.
I didn't say the man didn't have a sense of humor. I just say he's not enthusiastic on the field until he scores a touchdown and he does his little Rodgers whatever, the little belt thing. It's like, okay. All right, so we got Alex with the Packers on this one, and then me and Cade with the Vikings. Got it.
Yep.
So that sounds like a case of beer bet to me. Dealer's choice under $15. Let's see here. Cowboys Redskins. A rivalry. I'm going Cowboys.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. It's
hands down. No explanation needed. We saw what happened last week.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Cowboys are going to kill it.
Seahawks, Steelers. I got to go with my team, even though it's hard to say that. I'm going Steelers. I think we show up this week. I'll even go as far as say we get our 30-plus points and we hold the Seahawks to under 20.
You're going to have to.
Yeah. Yeah. We're going to have to do a lot. We're going to have to tie their shoestrings together. We're going to have to poke a few eyeballs out on the way down to the tackle. Like, we're going to have to do a lot.
You have to pull the fire alarm at their hotel like 2 o'clock in the morning.
Yes. You know what? Send me on a flight right now. I'll do it.
Let me catch that red eye.
But I will be on my cruise this Sunday, and I'll be watching that game from a bar on the cruise in the Atlantic Ocean. So I'm excited for that. I hope the evening goes well and that we win, so I don't look like an idiot wearing a Steelers jersey on a cruise first day.
You're gonna be that guy that pays like the $42 a day for the Wi-Fi.
No,
you're on Royal Caribbean. They'll have the sports bar, and they'll probably have the game on.
I hope so. I already spent $47 a day for the drink package for 2 people. It's $47 per person, but it's totally worth it.
Oh,
I'm
yeah,
not buying the Zoom internet package. I'm just gonna, disconnect for a little bit. So we'll have to figure out how this podcast is going to work next week or resume the following week. But we'll get into that later. Cade, are you taking Seattle or are you taking the Steelers?
I'm gonna go with you. I think Steelers bounce back. I think that was kind of a wake up call for them. Like you said, they were kind of probably taken back a little bit by everything that went down, realizing that somehow the Patriots got even better. And so, I think Ben Roethlisberger doesn't really have back-to-back bad games.
He doesn't. Very, very rarely does he lose 2 in a row.
Yeah, they'll get Connor going, and they'll bounce back pretty good.
Okay, Alex.
Steelers. I think the same thing you guys are. They're just going to bounce back. They had a bad week. They're going to come out with a vengeance.
I love it. Bills Giants. This is a fun game of navy blue and red. In my opinion, I think Giants. They have no reason or rationale to think that that's what's going to happen. I'm just picking them because they're at home against the Bills. And didn't the Bills just beat the Jets?
Yes.
But I didn't see much. I didn't see much on either one of those teams except Le'Veon, and he only got 1 touchdown and 1 2-point conversion. Other than that, it was sort of a bust. So I didn't see anything spectacular out of the Bills, and I never see anything recently spectacular out of the Giants. But they're at home, so I'm going to go with Giants.
Yeah, I'm going to go Bills. I like the Allen kid quarterback. I think he's a guts with what he has to work with up there, and he still somehow gets it done. Hell, he had 1 or 2 100-yard rushing games last year, and he didn't really run that much at where did he come out of? Was it Wyoming or quarterback to Wyoming? Didn't he?
Beats me. But
Something like
what's that say about that offensive line?
Yeah, there you go. And I mean, and I just don't see the Giants are still they're trying to figure themselves out.
Yeah.
Because another game or two, they're going to go, all right, Eli are going to sit Eli again. Jones is going to come in. He's going to get rocked, and they got to go back to Eli. And then it's going to be a carousel over there.
Alex?
I'm going with the Bills. I don't think the Giants have an offense that's going to conquer that defense.
Okay. All right. I'm the odd man out on that one. Patriots, Dolphins, 1:00 in Miami. Dave, you get to take this one first, buddy, because the Dolphins are like the kryptonite to the Patriots. Besides the Giants in the Super Bowl, the Dolphins seem to always get under Brady's skin. So does Fitzmagic show up with his beard and all of his shiny glory and throw 5 touchdowns and beat the Pats, or is this game over before it starts? Do you just not even take a lunch break this week?
Yeah, I'm probably not going to take a look. The most exciting thing that's going to happen in that stadium on Sunday is if they set up another stripper pole at the tailgate in the parking lot. That might be the most exciting action in Miami, because this game might as well be played in Foxborough. It's going to be, oh man, if we
even score 1 point.
Yeah. It's like, what's Jim Carrey in Dumb and Dumber? Is he saying there's a chance? It's going to be, you know what? Fitzmagic going to throw for 5 touchdowns. Unfortunately, he's also going to throw like 7 interceptions.
Well, to the Dolphins' discredit, however you want to look at it. We were talking earlier about the Dolphins, and they promised you all this stuff. They only have 22 returning players from last year. So on a 53-man roster, you've got 31 new people.
Yep.
So hence the results you got against the Ravens.
Yeah, and if there's anybody that can strategize or game plan, it's Belichick and them. Because I mean, we only got only 2 good guys in our secondary, Minka and Xavier. So I mean, just don't throw it over there, and that's not going to be a problem for them. It's like, who are they going to cover now? Like, all right, so who's going to cover Antonio Brown? Okay. Who's going to cover, Josh Gordon? Okay. Minka Fitzpatrick can't cover the entire field. So it's going to be interesting. I think the running backs are going to play a bigger role for New England on Sunday.
Okay.
But yeah, I can't go with the homer pick on this one. I have to go with the Patriots just because it's just logical.
Okay. Alex?
The Patriots are going to, hands down, it's going to be a practice session for them. If anything, probably they'll decimate the Dolphins so bad in the first quarter that they'll send the second and third string out just to get some playtime.
Shit, that's harsh.
I wasn't even that harsh about it.
You guys just met, like.
Yeah. I hope you have bad connection next time we do this.
I hope your computer updates.
Yeah, right in the middle. You got to do this from your phone, so you can't look up any stats.
I'm gonna go Patriots. There's no reason not to. I don't even know what the score is gonna look like. I don't know. If I might even say pick up the Pats defense if you can, just for the shit of it. Let's move on from that. We don't want to create any bad memories before they happen. Chiefs, Raiders. I think Mahomes takes it to Oakland, now a B-list. I think it's Pat Mahomes is doing things that we haven't seen since forever with a young QB. So I think he's going to keep that fire lit and just destroy the Raiders next week. What do you guys think? Although, let me say this before I say that. We haven't seen the Raiders play yet. So maybe my opinion changes, but they're warming up right now to play the Broncos, who now have Joe Flacco. But I still think Chiefs take the Raiders. What do you think?
Yeah. Mahomes has to Mahomes is so good. Plus, he's my starting quarterback. So yeah, he's just going to throw it all over the yard on him probably.
How scared were you Sunday when you saw him limping around?
Oh, it was. For the sake of the podcast, I'll let you know that butthole was a little puckered. And the worst part was too, I was like, because I drafted Goff's my backup. Somehow I still got Jared Goff, and then I looked at what he did. I'm like, good Lord. I was like, please just be okay. Just make it, man. Just keep flipping those no look passes to one of your numerous receivers.
Right.
We'll be fine.
Everyone in my group chat was saying, "Oh, he's out for the year, MCL." I was like, I don't know. I'm watching this replay, and it looks more like a foot or like a lower leg injury. It doesn't look like a knee. You know what I mean? And sure as shit not, he came back out with it all taped up, and he was fine. And he put on a show.
Yeah, it was like 360 yards or something like that passing.
Yeah, something.
Yeah, he's just fine. He's just fine.
He's just fine indeed. All right. So I got Chiefs. You got Chiefs. Is that right, Alex?
I got the Chiefs as well for the same reasons, but I think this game is going to be a very high scoring game on both sides. Really? I think the Chiefs take it. Don't get me wrong, but I think both teams are going to put some serious points up.
Okay. All right. So we're looking for a high scoring game there. Let's see here.
Whoa, we got it. He got it. Oh, got 50 seconds, Deshaun.
Yeah, he does. You know what, though? Somehow Michael Thomas ended up with 9 receptions, 112 yards. And I'm still 7 points back. I need Josh Jacobs to get me at least 7 points. And that's because I didn't play T.Y. Hilton, but on the other side, the guy that I'm playing did not play Larry Fitzgerald, so we could both pretty much say the same.
Oof.
And he didn't play this guy, Jay Brown. He didn't play John Brown. John Brown had 24 points, so he's got 50 points sitting on the board. And he's got Malcolm Brown, who had 17 points. Oh, I feel sorry for you, Robert. I'm sorry.
Pretty much, other than Antonio Brown, if you started any of the Browns in the NFL, you had a pretty good day.
Yeah. Yeah.
Noted.
You're not wrong.
Yeah.
I have 0.46 points for my game this week. I'm ahead by 0.46.
I was going to say, wait, if you started the Browns defense, you got fucked because they lost 3 points.
Yep, I did.
You got fucked.
Yeah, I had to flip a coin because it was I'm really going to pick the Browns defense or I was going to take the Steelers defense. So apparently it was a two-sided coin.
Yeah, you would have been fucked either way.
One or another. I did not come on top on that one.
Nope. Sorry about your luck. I'm sorry, Alex. I cut you off.
Oh no, I was just saying that I have 0.46 points that I'm ahead by. That I'm waiting for the end of this game. And never mind. Just updated. I just got beat.
Oh, because of the kick? Because of the field goal?
Yeah, the Let's field goal did it for you?
Yeah.
Don't tell me, Cade.
I'm not. I'm just, something happened.
Oh!
Told you.
Wow.
If anybody is going to pull that off, it's that guy.
And he has been body slamming people all game long.
Yep.
And now he's going to be the hero, and there's going to be a riot after the game.
And he got out of bounds.
Mm-hmm.
Unreal.
With the ball in his hand. So 1st and 10. You're about 5 seconds ahead of me.
Oh!
Uh-oh, my TV turned off. Shit. Hold on. Fuck.
Oh. Mr.
Don't say anything. Hold on. My receiver's got this weird thing where, like, if it doesn't hear any sound come out of it, it turns off after 15 minutes. Ooh, somebody got laid out. What happened? Okay, tell me.
No, watch the replay come out. Watch
was
this.
that Sean?
Boom, dime. Kenny Stills, former Dolphin Kenny Stills.
Oh,
No, and
what a throw!
2 passes. Like I don't care what anybody says. Deshaun Watson throws a pretty deep ball.
Wow. Hey, there's still time for uh for Breeze though.
Yeah. Oh shit! Oh!
Did he miss the field goal?
Please tell me
He missed the field goal. Oh wait, there's roughing the kicker.
He
Is there a
missed the
penalty?
extra point.
Is there a
No,
penalty?
they're not saying that was roughing the kicker.
Yeah, he went down. He got it. Yep.
Oh wow!
Oh, personal foul, roughing the kicker.
Let's move that up. Was that 15? That 15-yarder?
Wow.
Now it's a chip shot. What an end of the game.
Oh no. There's still 37 seconds left though.
What? Oh, that was so delayed. Nah, man. Oh, you can't give him that. That should not have been a personal foul. I'm sorry. That was
Oh no. The Saints get robbed again.
yeah, that was ticky tack at best. That was if he straight up just unabashed drove through the guy, completely would understand. But he had already dove. The kicker pretty much was still standing there and just kind of stepped back onto him. I mean, look at him. No.
He sold it.
Oh, absolutely. He's traumatized.
Look at his arms flop back like he just got wrecked.
It's just
Fabian's a pussy.
oh,
Is that Fabian? How do you even? I can't.
Kai Fairburn.
Fairburn. It just looked like.
I want to look up his high school, see if he was in drama.
Oh.
Devastating.
Somebody's gonna make that into a GIF. Oh, come on, that's so bad.
That is an awful call. Awful call.
He said, "Oh, I missed it. I need to fake the flop." Oh,
obviously that's why I missed it because I was interfered with. Oh, you poor boy.
Somebody's gonna punch him in the throat.
Somebody's gonna pull a fire alarm at their hotel.
And he kicked it to the end zone, so bring it out to the 25. He was just trying to hit the uprights.
Yeah.
Hey, while they're at the commercial break here, let's finish these next games off here. We got Saints Rams. Tough call there. That's actually a really good game, I think.
It's tough. That's a tough one to go against because I'm gonna have to go Saints because they've shown me a little bit more week one than the Rams definitely did.
So what's up with Gurley?
I don't know. They look rusty. Oh, there we go. Ted Ginn.
Hey, Mondelez.
Sorry.
Okay.
Stuff happens. Stuff happens.
Are they going to line up? No, they're going to try to keep that.
Spike it.
I would love to see Breeze get a couple extra points here, but not Thomas. I told you they're saving. I told you they're saving something.
Mm-hmm. No, there's a 60-yard touchdown on Thomas's future.
Oh, they're saving the money shot. This is not okay. They're gonna try to save. Oh, okay. They're gonna go deep here. It's not gonna be a touchdown. They're gonna try to go for like a 48-yard field goal, and he's gonna make it and be a hero because the other guy flopped. I'm sorry. The Texans don't deserve to win on a flop. Let's just put it that way.
Timeout. I mean, Lutz can kick it from 60. He's hit a 60-yarder in his career, I believe.
Gotta call timeout.
Oh,
let it go.
Oh, wow. Why? You have a timeout. I'm baffled right now.
I'm just gonna have to watch the highlight.
Our play-by-play is good enough for you, Alex. This
I gotta
is
see it.
Will,
it's really intense.
Will, I'm not from Florida. Lutz.
See, if this is how the Steelers-Patriots game would have gone last night, I'd have been okay if we'd have lost in the end. Like, because we've done that before. We just weren't even in the game. You know what I mean? We weren't even close. Fans were leaving at halftime.
Oh yeah, a friend of mine. She went down to I think it's called. There's a Steelers bar down in Largo, and she said that everybody left.
Rudy's.
Yeah, Rudy's. Yeah, she said everybody left at halftime. Oh, here it is.
Oh, timeout.
No pressure.
Wow.
2 seconds to go. It's gonna be It's gonna be like what, a 57 yarder, 58 yarder.
If Saints win this game, I'm taking Saints next week too against the Rams.
I already picked.
Wait, isn't that a rematch from last year, where the pass interference thing and the ball was tipped? Wasn't that like the questionable thing that would have sent the Saints to the Super Bowl?
Was
that Saints Rams or was that Vikings? No, that was Saints Rams, I think.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, it was Saints Rams.
All right, so yeah, I'll take Saints. I think they won. Don't say anything.
I won't.
Oh, he made it. Oh, he made it. Oh.
57-yarder. This 57-yarder is going to go in.
Wait, you're playing Lutz, aren't you?
Are you updating your stat? Are you updating the game?
Yeah, it's coming up. I'm watching like a play behind you guys.
Was it like 30 points from that far? Look at that. Room to spare too.
Wow.
Oh yeah, he could have kicked that. He hit the back wall. He could have kicked that thing from 65.
I can't believe that just happened.
What an epic finish.
So Ryan, you're going Saints now, huh?
Going Saints against the Rams. Yep.
Yep, I got Saints Rams too.
Wow.
After that, I'm gonna have to.
Deshaun Watson is in shock. I mean, what more can you do? He didn't do anything wrong.
Oh look, there's Kiko Alonso, also a former Dolphin, talking to Kenny Stills, the former Dolphin. Like, yeah.
Sorry, Cade. I feel like you shouldn't watch any football. You're just like,
and also, the starting left tackle for the Texans is, right?
What's his name?
Mr. Road Grader himself, Laramie Tunsil.
Well, there you go.
First round pick 2 years ago. Oh man, yeah, I'm watching the game. I'm like, oh, this will be a fun game to watch. Oh, there's a Dolphin. Oh, there's a Dolphin. There's another Dolphin. Literally a week ago, they're all Dolphins.
Well, you gotta start low and work your way up. So they start at the Dolphins, and they go to real teams.
Okay.
Okay, moving on. Bears Broncos. Oh wait, no, I never got your pick. Saints or Rams, Alex?
Saints. After that ending, I'm gonna have to go with the Saints. They're ready to play.
We're all Saints. We're all in on the Saints. All Saints Day.
Yeah, we're not all Saints, but yeah.
All right, Bears Broncos. Hard to tell. I don't think the Bears have much of an offense, based on how they play the Packers. Well, we don't know how the Broncos got yet. I mean, they have Flacco, and he's just always been that annoying kid that's just like, hey, I'll just throw this ball 50 yards downfield, and my guy's going to catch it, and that's what happens, So we'll see after tonight. I think, though, with the Bears defense, I'm going to take the Bears on that one. Sunday, 4 o'clock. What do you guys say?
Same. The Bears defense is awesome.
Yeah, I just don't see enough talent on that Denver offense. On the Bears. I mean, Joe Flacco is Joe Flacco. That's all great and good and everything, but yeah.
If Trey Burton comes back in this week, play for the Bears if he's recovered,
Yeah.
it's going to be good to see him on the field.
Former Gator.
Yeah, true. Gator.
All right. Sunday, 8:00 prime time, 8:20. Sorry, Eagles Falcons. Tough one to choose from. It's always great when the birds play each other. They're at home. They're in Atlanta. I think.
I'm sorry. I'm watching the Raiders Broncos game.
Is that on now? Shit.
Yeah. Raiders just marched right down the damn field.
Anything from Josh Jacobs?
A couple of rushes. I think they like 10 yards maybe.
All I need.
Okay. Well, hey, then you're in.
Okay. So I need 6 more points from Josh Jacobs because somehow Michael Thomas ended up with 20 points. So, and Josh Jacobs right now has me at 2. Just please get the 10. I don't care about anything else. Get the fucking 10 points.
Just get you one garbage time goal line touchdown. That's all I want from you. And
Raiders are saying, "Hey, I don't need you, Antonio, either. Fuck off, motherfucker."
This is the
I
last
think
year.
that's gonna bring the Raiders together.
Oh yeah, you get that cancer out of the locker room, man. I mean, that's proven to be a thing. Hey, you never know. Maybe because now Carr can just like be himself again. He ain't got to worry about pissing off Antonio Brown with everything.
I'm not getting him 5 catches a game. You're not wrong.
Yeah.
Excuse me. Okay.
Eagles.
So
I'm saying Eagles.
You're flying with the Eagles.
Yeah, I'm gonna fly, Eagle, fly. They that Wentz Deshaun Jackson connections looks pretty. Wentz throws a good deep ball, and all Deshaun Jackson knows how to do is run fast.
But you're gonna overlook Julio Jones and Matt Ryan?
Oh, absolutely. I think the Eagles have a better defense.
Okay. Alex?
Eagles. I think their offense is going to be much better than anything that Falcons can put up.
Okay.
Yep.
And last but not least, the most lackluster game of the day will be for Monday night. It will be the Browns and the Jets.
Oh.
This is going to be a sucky game.
Yep.
Oh, man.
In New York.
I still got
unique New York. I don't even want to pick a team.
You have to. Unfortunately, I tell you what. I'll tell you a quick sidebar. So I was stuck in my draft trying to decide if I'm going to keep my quarterback because we had a keeper league. So I kept McCaffrey and I let Mahomes go. Second round.
What?
Yeah, I kept Christian McCaffrey as my keeper. I let Mahomes go. Second round rolls around. Everybody else is finishing up the running backs. I went straight back, picked up Pat Mahomes again.
Smart man.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean, they both blew up for me, but yeah, it was because I was like, I'll just get Baker Mayfield. I'll draft Baker Mayfield. Man, I'm so glad I did not listen to myself.
I'm glad you didn't listen to yourself either. You should do that more often.
Yeah, man, no joke. I'm gonna go back and rewatch this on YouTube and go, that's how I really sound.
Well, for half of it, you're not even here, so
yeah, I know. Went a lot smoother than probably.
Donnie's gonna be like, dude, I love this, but it's over 2 hours long. I'm not editing it. If I had to pick, I'm gonna go Browns just because I don't want the Jets to be successful with AB and that or with Le'Veon Bell. Yeah, he got his little touchdown pass. He got his 2-point conversions. Whatever, it is what it is. But
I'm a Dolphin, so I'm always going to pick against the Jets no matter what.
All right, Browns. Alex,
I'm going to take the Jets because I think for the exact opposite. I think Bell is ready. He's still fresh. He's ready to go. I mean, I think he's going to impress everybody this year.
You did choose him, didn't you? In your one of your leagues.
Both
leagues. Oh.
I have him in one as well. I want him to do well, but like we were talking earlier, I want him to lose.
this is a bit off topic, but because we are talking about the Jets and Browns, how big of a helmet do you think Sam Darnold wears? His head is just enormous. Have you seen that?
Yep, it looks like a bobblehead.
Yeah.
Like,
if you took a watermelon and put like his face on it, you would not be able to tell the difference. His head is huge. It's a massive head.
Wow.
It's just enormous.
It's enormous. By the way, the Broncos are looking pretty bad right now. So
yeah, Philip Lindsay might not want to move out of his mom and dad's house.
Well, he is playing behind Joe Flacco. All right, boys. I think that will tie up our podcast here. We can still chat for a little bit, but I want to go ahead and end the live stream. Do you guys have Instagram and Twitter and all that you want to send out there in case anybody's still listening to this 2-hour long awesomeness?
No.
Okay.
I was only here for like half the show, so no. Let me get a full session in, then maybe I'll start dropping hashtags.
Okay. Alex, what about you?
No, I'm good. I don't got anything. So
Okay. All right. Well, as Brew Boy 813, you guys can find me on Instagram and Twitter, even though I'm hardly ever on there. This has been a great show. I think we're really informative. I don't think we missed anything that went on this weekend. We covered all the spectrums. I will say that I don't know, unless you guys want to get together and record something yourselves next week. I don't know if we're going to have a podcast because I'm going to be on a cruise, but we will reconvene for that Monday, the 23rd, if that works for you, gentlemen.
Yeah.
works for me.
Okay. And hopefully by then, Corey, he had some things going on this week, so he wasn't able to make it. But hopefully by then he can join us as well, and possibly his brother. So we might have 4 or 5 of us on here giving our takes and learning. And I think that's really what, at the end of the day, that's what this podcast is going to be all about. You know, we always talk about what's going on in the craft beer industry, what's going on in the geek news stuff and Star Wars and all that. We want to expand upon the fantasy football. We want this to be a fun, inviting environment and be informative to learn. So thank you, gentlemen.
I had a blast.
Yeah, this is good.
I'll just work off the phone from now on. Not yeah, just gonna go ahead and throw that out in the backyard, let the pig eat it.
Good stuff. All right. So with that, I'm going to end this broadcast right now. Bam. That'll post. Yes. So